Finally, adding to something good is not good, because addition in good is evil, and this is something that is witnessed in everything. Thus, a matter, when it goes beyond its limits, changes to its opposite. So bravery, when it is added to, turns into rashness, and if it is decreased from, then it becomes cowardice, and generosity, if its limits are exceeded, then it becomes wastefulness, and if it is fallen short of, then it becomes miserliness. So the best of the affairs are the justly balanced ones, and Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu was not alone amongst the companions in condemning innovations. So here we find Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, who was one of the severest from the companions in condemning innovations and abandoning the innovators. So once he heard a man sneezing and saying, "Praise be to Allah and may the salah and salam," meaning the praises of Allah and the blessings of peace be upon Allah's messenger, so he said to him, "What is this? This is not what Allah's messenger ﷺ taught us. Rather, he said, when one sneezes, let him praise Allah." And he did not say, "and also send salah and salam upon Allah's messenger." Likewise was the practice of the taabieen, those who met the companions and clung to their way. So in this regard, there is what is reported from Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib, rahimahullah, that he saw a man praying after the appearance of dawn, more than 2 rak'ahs, making many ruku's and sajdas, prostrations. So he forbade him from this. So the man said, "O Abu Muhammad ibn al-Musayyib, will Allah punish me for my prayer?" So he said, "No, but He will punish you for opposing the sunnah," the prophetic guidance. And these narrations contain many good points of benefit. So from them, the companions rebutting everyone who went against the authentic sunnah, sometimes being very severe in their rebuttal, even if it was against their own fathers and sons. That bid'atu tarkiyya is misguidance, and this type of bid'ah innovation is one for which there is proof to establish the action, except that the people deliberately leave the action thinking that it is a part of the religion, or something similar to it. For example, some of the Sufis who abandon marriage in order to emasculate themselves. Their proof for this being misguidance is from Allah the Most High's saying, "O you who believe, do not make haram unlawful the good things that Allah has made halal lawful to you, and do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not love the transgressors. And eat of the things that Allah has provided for you, lawful and good, and have taqwa, fear and obedience of Allah in whom you believe." Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ayah 5, Surah 87, Ayah 87 to 88. So this ayah is concerned with a single meaning, which is making forbidden that which Allah has allowed from the good and pure things, and doing so as a matter of religion. And Allah has forbidden this and considered it as going beyond the limits, since it is transgressing upon Allah's right, in that He alone has the right to prescribe and legislate. And Allah does not love those who transgress the limits. Then Allah affirmed the allowance of these things with an even greater emphasis by His saying, "And eat of the things that Allah has provided for you, lawful and good, and have taqwa, fear and obedience of Allah, in whom you believe." Surah Ma'idah, verse 87 to 88. Then He ordered them to have taqwa, piety and obedience to Him. So this shows that the forbiddance of what Allah has made lawful in any form is outside the bounds of taqwa. Therefore the Messenger ﷺ said to these 3 men who came to the houses of the Prophet ﷺ, asking about his worship, and then on being informed about it, considered their own worship to be very little. So they said, "What a great difference there is between us and the Prophet ﷺ, whose previous and latter sins have been forgiven by Allah." So one of them said, "I will always pray during the night." The other one said, "I always fast during the day, and not break my fast." And the third of them said, "I will keep away from women and never get married." Then Allah's Messenger came to them and said, "Are you the people who said such and such? By Allah, I am the one who is most knowledgeable about Allah amongst you, and the one who has the most taqwa of Him. Yet I fast and break my fast, I pray and I sleep, and I marry women. So whoever turns away from my sunnah is not from me." So if the companions radiallahu anhum left for us words of deep insight and which clearly enlighten the hearts, then men after them, who likewise attain the truth from this light, have also left for us words which are almost like the words of the companions. And this is because they were those who very closely followed in the footsteps of the companions, and the likes of their sayings have already preceded. However, We add here a final example of their stance of truth. Thus, a man came to Imam Malik rahimahullah and said, O Abu Abdullah, where shall I enter the state of ihram, the dress for one intending to do pilgrimage? So Imam Malik replied, from Dhul Hulayfa, where Allah's Messenger ﷺ entered the state of ihram. The man then said, but I wish to enter the state of ihram at the mosque by his grave. So Imam Malik said, do not do that, for I fear for you the fitna. So the man said, what fitna are you referring to, since it is only a few extra miles? So Imam Malik said, and what fitna can be greater than for you to think that you have attained some virtue which Allah's Messenger ﷺ fell short of? Have you not heard the saying of Allah, let those beware who oppose the command of the Prophet, lest they are afflicted with fitna, or lest they are afflicted with a painful punishment. Surah Nur, Ayah 63. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأستغفرك وأتوب إليك.